Hello guys, today you guys are going to be taking notes on the rules and properties of exponents. This is a little bit better to do as one whole thing, and then as we go through each of the properties and rules, we will end up actually discovering each of these as we go through. But I thought it would be a little bit easier that you guys get this completed ahead of time. This is something that you're going to use every day in this unit, so please make sure that it's in a place that you will remember to bring it back every single day. So right now you should have gotten a plain white piece of paper. I don't care which side you use, front, back, doesn't matter. But what you want to do is you want to fold it into 6 parts. You can do this by folding, or you could do it by dividing. Remember, I have rulers, crayons, colored pencils, markers in the top drawer in the back. Just please, please, please make sure you clean up and put it back neatly. If you are choosing to fold it, you're going to fold it the hot dog way. So, sorry, I have to grab it out of frame there. So now you have it like this, okay? And then we want this to become thirds, so 1, 2, and 3. So don't fold it in half. You're going to go, again, this would be about halfway, so you want to go about half of that, so about to right here. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold that to about here. Here we go. So we have one section now, and then obviously there's a section underneath there, and then there will be this final section here. Obviously, you can refold as many times as you want. It will make it easier if you just do it that way. And then you will unfold it, and now you have your 6 parts. If that is not something you want to do, I'm going to go ahead and go through, and I'm just going to dash in this line just so you can see it a little better as we go through here. So you would divide it in half, and then again, you would divide this into thirds. So now you can see each of the parts. We are not cutting these by any means. I just wanted to make sure that you could see each of the boxes there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 3 parts of exponents. When we are talking about that information, it does actually matter which one is which. So starting with this, we're going to talk about the base. We're going to talk about the exponent itself. And then we are going to talk about the power. So I am putting these in different colors. If you want to use that, you can. You do not have to. It is completely up to you. All right, so when we talk about this, we have, let's say, 3 raised to the 4th, and then the entire thing is what we would call the power. Okay, now also, this right here is known as exponential form. The word exponent is in that because we are writing it in the actual form that it is in. Now when we talk about this, again, the pink part for this is the base. This is the number being multiplied by itself. So then the blue part right here, in this case 4, is our exponent. The exponent tells us how many times we need to multiply the base by itself. And then our final thing, the 3 and the 4 together. So the base and the exponent together is called the power. Then that is the base and the exponent together. So that is exponential form. Then we can also have what we call standard or expanded form. So in this case, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. This is called expanded form. We don't use it very often, but just so you know the difference. This is exponential because it has an exponent. Expanded, we're writing it all out. Okay, so now we're going to come on to our first property or rule of exponents. That first rule is going to be talking about multiplying exponents. Another word for multiplying exponents is write that down, you can do that as well. And then what we are going to do is we're going to be multiplying with exponents. So in this case, let's say we have 3 to the 8th times 3 to the 4th. Now, I'm not asking you to tell me what 3 to the 8th times 3 to the 4th is. What we're going to do is we're going to simplify. So when we are simplifying, what happens is we keep the base the same. So in this case, that's 3. And then when we are multiplying with exponents, we actually add them together. So when we do that, this will become 3 to the 12th. Now, I'm going to go ahead and write out in words what that actually means. So keep base the same. So most common mistake is that people will try to multiply the bases and say that that is 9 to the 12th. No, base stays the same. And I'm sorry about my handwriting there. There we go. Now, this is why this ends up working. Okay, so if we take 3 to the 8th and we actually write it in expanded form, that's 3 times 8. 3 times itself 8 times. So that's our first group. And then our second group would be 3 times itself 4 times. And if we count those all up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it becomes 3 to the 12. Okay. So again, that is how we work with multiplying exponents. Now we're going to move on to dividing with exponents. Sometimes they will call this the quotient. Alright, so when we are talking about dividing with exponents, what we are going to be doing is we will take our exponents. So then what we are going to do with this is that we will keep the base the same again, but this time you take the top exponent minus the bottom exponent, so numerator minus denominator. No matter if it will give you a negative or a positive number, it is always the top minus the bottom. Again, base stays the same, so this would be 5 to the 6th. So when we talk about this, again, we're going to keep the base the same. And subtract the exponents. Now, this is the shortcut for this. Obviously, we can always write this out. If we do that and write it in expanded form, sorry, a lot of eyes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Remember that when you divide by a number by itself, it becomes a 1. So these end up canceling out as 1s, and 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And then times 5, 6 times is still 5 to the 6th as an exponent. Okay? So notice that even though we wrote it in expanded form, it still came out the exact same way as when we subtracted the exponent, again keeping the base the same. Now our next power or rule is going to be the exponent of 0. So when we have an exponent of 0 or power, what always happens is that no matter what we have, no matter what we are working with, we are always going to end up having the answer equal to 0. So if we have negative 5,000 raised to the 0 power, it's 1. If we have 1/2 to the 0 power, it is 1. If we have 65 to the 0 power, it is 1. Okay? So as we go through this, anything to the 0 power is always 1. This also goes for variables, but we are not going to look into those this time. exponent of 0, it is 1. This is because of our multiplicative identity property 1. Next, we are going to head to power to a power. Okay, so power to a power is like what it sounds like. So remember that when we talk about power, it's a base to an exponent. So this time around, we're going to have a base to an exponent and then to an exponent. So when we do this, this becomes power to power, like I said earlier. And this is when we are actually going to multiply our exponents. So if we have 2 to the 4th, and then we have parentheses around it, and then there's an exponent on the outside. Again, keeping the base the same, we will do 4 times 3, which ends up giving us 2 to the 12th. Okay. So we will keep the base the same and multiply the exponents. So now if we do this in expanded form, 2 to the 4th, so 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 raised to the 3rd power. So what that means is you're taking 2 to the 4th times itself 3 times. So if we're doing that 3 times, I gotta write it 3 times. So when we add up all of those, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we get 2 to the 12th. So both ways, we end up getting 2 to the 12th. The only difference is that one, you don't have to write it all out. So it'll save you some time in that case. Next, we are going to do the final one, which the final one here is talking about negative exponents. Okay, so when we were talking about negative exponents, what ends up happening is that we are actually talking about reciprocating. Okay, so if we end up having, can you actually see that? Okay, you guys really can't see that, so I'm going to switch colors. Alright, so this is going to be 8, and it's going to raise to the negative 3rd. Okay, so when we do that, what is actually happening is it is going to flip the side. So right now this is technically 8 to the negative 3rd over 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it. It's called a reciprocal. We learned about that when we divide by fractions. So this would become 1 over 8, and then it would become to the positive 3rd. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and write out another example here. Okay. Now if you have 1 over 3 to the negative 4th, let's say, then again, still flipping, this would become 3 to the 4th over positive 1, which is the same as just saying 3 to the 4th. So the exponent is negative on top, you flip it to the bottom to become positive. If it's negative on the bottom, you flip it to the top to become positive. All right, so flip. Exponent. So again, when this happens, when we're working with negative exponents, when we are simplifying, if you have negative exponents on the top and the bottom to start with, do not worry about them. Just apply your rules of multiplying, dividing, power to a power of 0. Then at the very end, if when you find your answer as simplified as possible, you still have some negative exponents, that's when you should flip them. Otherwise, we're going to keep them where they are until the end, because sometimes when you subtract with negative values, when dividing with exponents, you end up getting a positive anyway, so you don't end up having to flip. So, again, please make sure that you are bringing this every single day to class, as we will continue working with it and using it throughout the period and throughout this unit. Very, very important. If you have questions, let me know, and have a wonderful day.